Hey everybody, it's Jim from Cigars. Today I am reviewing the Macanudo Inspirado White. So I've already fired it up a little bit and had a couple puffs here. A little bit about Macanudo. Macanudo's been around a long time, about 40 years. And actually no, actually more like 50 years. And their line was getting a little bit stodgy, and they were acquired at some point by General Cigars, and General Cigars had the resources for them to expand their line. So a few years ago, they expanded into the Inspirado line, and there's four different color bands ranging in strength from this, which is the most mild, to the black, which I believe is the strongest one. So I think I've smoked all of them at one time or another, and they're a good solid cigar. So this being a Connecticut, though, is very mild. And I did want to talk just a little bit about Connecticut tobacco. Back in the late 90s, 98 or so, when the original cigar boom happened, the most popular cigars by far were Connecticut type wrappers. Mild, approachable, easy to light, easy to smoke. Nice volumes of smoke. But more recently, since about 2010, the trend has really gone toward Maduros and basically stronger body cigars. This wrapper on this particular cigar is what is referred to as Ecuadorian Connecticut, which means it's grown in Ecuador versus the state of Connecticut. And the state of Connecticut used to be the big place where this type of tobacco is grown. And it's interesting, if you ever see a field where they're growing what's called shade-grown Connecticut, which is what this would be, is they're covered with a tent. And so it's pretty labor intensive, and because of the labor intensiveness, and also Ecuador's got excellent soil, and they actually have some areas that are naturally cloudy most of the time, so they can grow shade grown without putting tents up in some areas. For that reason, the Connecticut market is really being dominated right now by Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco. So, kind of comments on the first few puffs of this. This is a Robusto, by the way. It's probably a $7 cigar. Pretty approachable mid-price cigar that they put out here. So, nice volume of smoke. Was easy to light. Mild, but not underpowering. So, all in all, it's a good start to the cigar. So I'm going to take a break here and enjoy the rest of this, and we'll get a little bit further down, and I'll report back to you how it went. Thanks. All right, I'm back with the Inspirado White by Macanudo. Strength-wise, I'd give it about a 3. It's got a little punch because it's got some Nicaraguan fillers in it, but it's a mild cigar. I would categorize it as a mild cigar. Taste-wise, I gotta preface this by saying I'm not a huge Connecticut fan to begin with, and a lot of them seem all the same to me. This has got a little more complexity perhaps than one of the blander Connecticut's, but it doesn't have a great deal of flavor to bite into. So I would not say it's a taste sensation by any means or anything like that. Construction, excellent. Very, very well made cigar. Connecticut's you have to worry about. Some Connecticut wrappers are really thin and fragile. In fact, that's why I left the band on here, is because I tend to manhandle cigars, and I left the band on because typically with a Connecticut, by the time I get to this point, it's starting to fray pretty badly where I hold it. So excellent construction. Burn has been great. Nothing to complain about. Very well made cigar. At $6 or $7 a stick, I would say it's a good value at that price. So I'm going to recommend this. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 as my rating, and say that if you're a Connecticut fan, it's worth giving this one a try. See you next time from Cigars.